Okay. Well, welcome to the call tonight. I am really happy to see you guys all on here. My name is Amy Coppola, if you don't already know me. I've been a coach for 6 years. I used to be an accounting manager for 13 years. And I started at a time in my life that I had been laid off from my job and really just wanted to, find confidence and feel better about myself through fitness. And I had been a long time skeptic. So my upline coach is Becky Brose, all of your upline coach as well. But she's one of her PS coaches. And she reached out to me and followed up with me numerous times for over a year. And it wasn't until I finally tried P90X2 for myself that I said, okay, you know what, this is the real deal. And I had tried lots of other things in the meantime while I was saying no, 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 no. And so finally, when I said yes and gave it a try, within that first month, I could already feel the changes that were happening, not just in my physique, but in the way I felt about myself and the way I believed in myself and the confidence that started sparking and growing. And so it was something that, even though I was really quiet about it, I didn't tell anybody I was doing it. Just a friend of mine that was waking up early in the mornings to do it with me, probably because I wasn't sure that I would finish it. So I didn't want to tell anybody that I was doing it to begin with. And it was really P90X2, if you've ever tried it or even heard of it, it's one of our most advanced programs. So that was a tough program to start with. So I modified everything, but it was the new program and I was excited to try it. And I absolutely fell in love. So once I finished that, I wasn't drinking Shakeology yet. So if you have customers who aren't drinking Shakeology, they could be your next Star Diamond Elite coach. So don't give up on them. Keep checking in on them because I thought that I couldn't afford it. So I had put it off, but I just knew in my head, we get really excited about certain things when we really attach them to a why. And my why for Shakeology, because I had a why for Shakeology, was just I knew that it was that last little tweak on my nutrition that was going to really help me just feel like I was doing 100% of what I could to be my best. And so I saved up. I was, again, laid off from my corporate position by then, and we were getting ready to file for bankruptcy. We were having an extremely tough time financially, and on top of it all, my marriage was coming to a very rocky end. So I had all these things going on. So, a lot of times when people tell me, well, I'm facing this challenge, and so they want to put Beachbody on the back burner, I really feel inspired and just really compelled and obligated almost to share with you guys that no, even though a lot of times Beachbody is what you think you need to set to the side, it's what you really need to dig your nails into and hold on and just go with, because it has single-handedly changed everything for me. Since I did come in with a big why, I built my business to diamond within 90 days. I was an emerald that first month. I'm not sure. I don't remember. I know I hit Success Club the first month. But I came in again just to really get my Shakeology paid for. But once I started seeing that there was a trip that I could earn, I thought, my gosh, I would love to take my children to Disney World. And especially when finances were so tight that I couldn't do that any other way, to be told that I could earn this trip with all the bells and whistles, staying at the yacht club, like, yes, So I went in after that and I dug into the policies and procedures, and we, had some team calls back then and some training, but nothing like what we have today. So it really is something very simple. Tonight, I'm going to show you how simple it is to become an emerald. And if you are already an emerald and trying to understand how to communicate this to your coaches that you're bringing in, I hope that this is a great example of how easy it really can be. Because to me, becoming an emerald is really a decision. To me, it's a decision, and that's why we call these series Decide to Rise, because it is a decision that says, you know what? Yes, I'm not going to tiptoe around this anymore. I'm going in and I'm going to create a business. And it's really important that we do that and make that commitment, because then, not only does the company recognize that, okay, she's serious, she wants to create a business, and I'm saying she because I mostly see just women on here, Sorry, if you're watching the replay. But, it's the benchmark for Beachbody to say, okay, Lindsay wants to build this business. Let's go. Lindsay wants to coach. I'm going to send her leads and customers. And it's that benchmark that Beachbody needs to make sure that they're giving their clients to people who are willing and excited and eager to help other people. In addition, this is a benchmark that tells other people, hey, I'm not just here for the discount. I'm here because I am ready to build a team. And whether it's a small team or whether you want to replace your entire career, it doesn't matter. We all have to start at that emerald rank, right? So I'm going to share screen. PowerPoints are not my strong point. I had my son over here trying to help me make it pretty, and it's kind of black and white, guys. I'm a black and white kind of person. I get right into it. But I'm going to just very quickly, we're keeping this under 30 minutes, kind of go over the details of this. But it's important, I think, for you to know that my ex-husband, because we stayed married through the end of the year, was my very first coach. I recognized right away what a benefit that could be long-term. And I'll explain that in a little bit more detail when we get there. And then my sister was my second coach, and my sister and my husband made me an Emerald coach. And that was a decision. And it was really one that once I started digging into, the details of the Success Club trip and how I could earn it. Back in those days, you had to enroll at least one coach per month in order to earn Success Club. So I did that first coach, and then I thought, okay, well, if I want this, I have to decide. I can't just throw caution to the wind and hope it happens. I have to decide that, yes, I'm going to go for this, and I'm going to earn that trip no matter what, to take my kids to have this happy experience, even though we're about to go through a really tough time, right? So let me share screen. I can talk all night, so try not to do that. But so here we go. Welcome to your Emerald celebration, because if you aren't an Emerald already, I'm pretty sure this Thursday we will be celebrating you, because you're going to see just how easy it is. And if you have committed to be on this call right now, that means you already have the idea in your brain, and you're trying to think of all the reasons why you shouldn't be an Emerald or why you should be an Emerald, and I'm going to help simplify that for you. If you're on the call, you need to be an Emerald this Thursday, and I would love to help hold you accountable and help you with that personally. So please message in the chat thread, and I will follow up with you after this, because I don't think that there's so many that we can't do it. Why? Because we can do Emerald in 24 hours. It is a decision. It is reaching out and deciding to partner up with two people, whether they want to be business builders or just VIP product consumers. It's a decision, again, that we can do in 24 hours. And we know our weeks start over on Thursdays. So Thursday morning, you've actually got more than 24 hours, guys. This is really exciting. So this is what we're going to go over really quickly. Why get to Emerald? How do you get to Emerald, and who is the best candidates to support you on making this decision to become Emerald by Thursday? So we'll go quickly over why. Number one, like I already touched on, it basically signifies that you are open for business. It's the first rank of many ranks that you can grow in this business, and it's again signifying to Beachbody at that benchmark level that yes, I'm interested in building a business. And I like to explain this benchmark in a way, I think most of you get it by now, but for example, one of my other first coaches was my father. He loved Shakeology. He began drinking it on a regular basis, so I wanted him to get the best price. Makes sense, right? So he became one of my very first coaches as well. And my dad has no interest in building a business. He does not want to talk to anybody. He does not want to message on social media. He does not want to expand his circle. But he wanted his Shakeology at a discount. That's great, and that's fine. But Beachbody simultaneously does not want to send clients to my dad. So again, it's totally fine to have people who just want to enjoy the discount, but they do need to make that differentiating rank that says, nope, Alexandria is ready to build. She wants to create a business, and here we go. Okay, so again, open for business. The second thing is it really brings momentum. Now, sometimes we skip over this and we think, oh, well, it's not, that big of a deal to get a public shout out. But honestly, it is. Right now, you're doing things probably on social media, or you're thinking about making those first posts that you're kind of thinking, well, what are people going to think of me? And that's a whole nother call. But, you're trying to really do something that you're, showing that you're serious about this, and you're showing that you're really excited. When you commit to hitting emerald and you get that first recognition and that first shout out from your direct upline coach, we are all going to flood that thing with comments and congratulations. And what that does is it winds up circulating through so many of your friends and family's feeds, whether it be on Instagram and or Facebook, that they can't help but notice what's happening. And that creates that momentum. As your business is starting, as you're starting to, either begin a new program yourself if you haven't completed one yet, or as you're continuing on your fitness journey that they've already seen you shifting, but now they see even more success with this public shout out, it's going to bring momentum. It's going to bring excitement. And there's, something really powerful about momentum. You can't necessarily see it with your eyeballs, but it's one of those things that once it starts going, you feel it with everything you've got. So becoming emerald, again, brings that momentum that's, you can create on your own, but this is just like a springboard, a catapult right into that momentum circle. The next thing is you start to receive team cycle bonuses. And so that means right now as a coach, you're always able to earn retail. No matter if you're a coach or a superstar diamond coach, you always earn retail. But what happens with retail is each month you have to earn that retail over and over again. Now, the real long-term, what they call residual income, where you're building income that is going to continue building, whether you're, physically putting in the work that moment or not, is your team cycle bonus. Now, I like to think of this like if you're in a real estate office and you have the broker, and then you have all the real estate agents in the office. The broker can always go sell their own houses, right? But the broker also gets the income from the houses that they're selling, as well as they get a percentage or they get a bonus from whatever their agents are selling. So that, is kind of a great way analogy that I heard once or thought of once as far as team cycle bonuses. As an Emerald coach, you now have a team of 2 at least, and you can always do retail, but now you also get to add to your income with these team cycle bonuses. There's videos and trainings on how that works. Worry about that later. Right now, you just want to know that you need to get those 2 people in there. This also goes over into what's called, I like to call your rollover piggy bank. And that's called, I believe it's team carryover volume. Now, what that means is as your legs continue to build and as the coach who enrolled you continues to grow the team, after you've been placed in the organization, you're going to a lot of times have volume that's coming up from that. And it's not volume that you're creating. So that's really cool. But it is something that you can, definitely capitalize on. And when that happens, a lot of times, if you're not an Emerald, it goes away every week. Every week it just gets flushed. If there's a bunch of volume sitting there and you're not doing anything to build, it goes away. Once you're an Emerald coach, it takes all the excess that's coming through as you're building and it sticks it in this little piggy bank for you. And so once you start building out your other leg, then it's going to save all that volume that's building, and you're going to be able to, again, it's a longer explanation, but know that that's another really great perk. Again, also the other thing that I mentioned earlier was customer leads. Once you become an Emerald coach, you have customer leads that you can earn once you earn Success Club every month. And those are really great as well. I see 2 comments. So before I move on, let me see if those are questions. Yes, they are. Yes, Sue. Hi, Sue. Okay, so this is how easy it is. It's this easy. It's you plus 2. And we like to use this little diagram because you have what's called a binary system. So you have a left leg in your business and you have a right leg in your business. Some of you, just depending on where you're at in the organization, wherever you were placed, some of you may have what's called a strong leg and some of you may have a weak leg. You might have even legs. It's totally fine, whatever your case is, but know that no matter what, you have a left and a right. So what that means is you have to enroll 2 people as your personally sponsored coaches in order to create yourself as an emerald. And so again, it's that easy. All you need to do, this is the easy part right here, and we're actually going to pause a minute for it. How are we on time? 8:48. We're perfect. What we're going to do right now is, if you're not an emerald coach, and even if you are, what we're going to do is take 60 seconds, because I don't want you to overthink this, and I'm going to tell it to you quick, because you're going to start to think too much if I give you too much time. And what you're going to do is think about, who would you love that you already know right now from your friends and family. Make your top 10 lists of friends or family that you would love to travel with, that you would love to exercise with, even if it's virtually, that you would love to create a business partnership with. And it doesn't have to be all of these things. It can be just one that you would like to grow personally with. If you'd like to go to Tony Robbins seminars and just expand your mindset, who would you like to do that with? Or just a friend or family who you know would like to earn extra income. All I need you to do right now is go ahead and type those names. Put them on your paper right now really quick. You can type them in the chat if you want me to help hold you accountable to that. But just think, without judging, without thinking, oh, they're never going to want to do this. Think about yourself for a second. Who would you love to do this with? Who would you think, gosh, I would love to go on the next Success Club cruise with? Fill in the blank. And now I'm going to play Jeopardy. Okay. And the next thing that you're going to do, and we won't do it right now, but pick the top 5 people from that list. And what you really need to do is just send them a very simple, very quick invite. And that doesn't have to be, invite sounds so formal, but it really does not need to be something that's super formal and scary. It's something as simple as sending a text message and saying, okay, I'm finally doing the Beachbody thing. I would love to have you do this with me. Doesn't that sound like something you could say to your best friend? Don't they know that you've probably already been tiptoeing around this idea and thinking about doing it anyways? Aren't they probably going to want to go on the cruise with you anyways? There's all these things, and we complicate it and we make it really, really difficult sometimes. And it's not. It really is this easy. So what you need to do is just send that message. Send it quickly. Don't overthink it. And you want to know what? You're probably going to do a really crappy job. And that's okay. Does that make you feel better? But this is what we're practicing with. We're practicing with our friends and family, and they're going to love us anyways, right? Because that's what we're doing. We're trying. The Success Club point that I got, the last point that I got on the first month that I became a coach, that I, again, on the 30th of July, decided to start reading through what was required to go on that Success Club trip that year. And you know at what time I called my mother to get that last Shakeology order in? 11:40 p.m. Thank the Lord she's a night owl, and she answered the phone. I'm like, Mom, I think I'm doing this Beachbody thing. I want to, can you just order shakes? If you don't like it, you can send it back. You have a 30-day money back guarantee. Can you just do this for me? And you know what? My mom is my favorite success story. My mom ordered it that night from me. Do you have friends that would order anything from you? Do you have family? And if you don't, that's okay too. But think about if you do. And my mom ordered it from me, and my mom drank her shakes for the next year because she wound up loving it. She became a discount coach. She loved it. But you know what happened after a year? She went back for her blood work that she had just started when I had asked her to do it that last July. Her triglycerides were down. Her cholesterol was down. She had lost weight, which she didn't have a whole lot of weight to lose, but triglycerides were down. Blood pressure was down. Cholesterol was down. My mom gets home. I look on Facebook and I see my mom's blood results in my news feed. I'm like, Mom, did you see what Shakeology did? She hadn't even started working out yet. She did Shakeology and cleaned up her food a little bit. And she had amazing, amazing changes from all of these. Guess what happened then? My mom became a diamond coach on her own because she was just so excited to share her results. And with so many people her age suffering from so many things that the doctors immediately pass you pills for with 900 other side effects, who wouldn't want to try this stuff? So guys, even if it's a favor that you think that you're asking from a friend today, understand that you don't know where this is leading to. You don't know what favors you could be doing for them. And I guarantee you, you are. We all know what it feels like when we're in our mission right now, doing our best, getting better, improving every day, cleaning up our nutrition, the energy levels. We know all these things. So don't be stingy. Share it with a friend, okay? It's that easy. So here's another thing. Speaking of the discount, you can screenshot this, or I can post it in the Diesel event page really quickly. But this is a really easy thing. If you have friends who are already buying from you as clients, you can share them with them how the discount would impact them. It doesn't feel like a whole huge amount, but they are saving about, $14 per month. So over 6 months, they save almost $100. And this kind of just gives a really easy breakdown of what they're paying as a customer and then what they would be paying if they converted their account over to a discount coach. So do your friends and family a favor. Your best friends and your families deserve the best prices. Again, just like I gave my dad and my mom and everybody, the best prices when I first got started, and they still appreciate it, especially after 6 years. Let's see, if they save $200 a year times 6 years, they've saved a lot of money, right? Your spouse, if you are married, should definitely be, and I'm going to run through this because we only have about 5 minutes left. Your spouse should definitely be in the top of your organization. You can talk to your upline about which leg they should be on, but definitely they should be. There's really great benefits as you continue to build your organization for them to be up at the top of your organization, even if they have no intentions of, again, being like hands-on with it. There's still really great reasons for them to be up at the top. As you build your organization, they'll be able to benefit from that long-term. And then again, another thing, thank you. I meant to say this at the beginning of the call. Thank you if we have any veterans or active military on the call. Today is Veterans Day, so I did mean to thank you for your service. And a really great thing that Beachbody does year-round is our military and veterans discount, which basically means they're a coach for free. They enroll with a coach account, but when they submit a simple form that they have, their coach fee is waived. So that's another great thing to think about. Do you have any friends and family that are military who would love the products and appreciate the discount? That's another easy way that you can reach out. And finally, there's just this little thing. I know that it does take time. I know that it takes effort. I know it takes intention more than anything to make this decision and say, yes, I'm going to move forward with this. And it takes time to be on this call tonight. And again, I appreciate you being on, but a lot of times we think, I don't have time to do this business, or I don't have time to do this. But I loved this quote. If you don't make the time to work on creating the life you want, you're eventually going to be forced to spend a lot of time dealing with the life that you don't want. And I just thought that was so impactful because, we're hustling every day. So it's really important for us to do it for something that we really passionately believe in, something that brings us joy, something that we can feel excited about when we wake up in the morning, and something that's going to make an impact, make a difference in the world and the people and the friends and family that are around us and surround us every day. I know that my kids and myself get to enjoy my grandparents with a lot more better quality of life. That's good grammar, Amy. But they're going to have a lot more energy. They do have a lot more energy. They've been able to have great, health as a result of what we've done. And that's just my parents, not mentioning the thousands of other clients I've gotten the opportunity to work with. So I'm going to stop share and we'll really quickly do any questions that you have. Any? Hi, Leisha. Thank you for your service. Leisha's in 10 years Air Force. She's in my downline. So any questions, you can unmute yourself or we can chat. Anybody want to put yourself in the chat and say that you will be Emerald in the next 24 hours by Thursday? I would love to follow up with you in a loving way. If you're brave, put your name out there. Are there any questions? Is there a coach for military spouses or just military? Yes, it's military spouses if they're active. If the veterans, it's just for the veteran themselves. But if it's active military, then yes, they will. All right, Karen. Then you will have also the spouse can benefit from that if it's active military. And if they are, I think the only country that I've heard that we have issues shipping to our bases is Germany. But we do ship to bases around the world as long as they have, I think it's called the APO address or PO address. Excited for you, Karen. I will follow up with you. And then as far as the team cycle bonuses, again, there is more information on that that's in the online office. I didn't want to spend too much time going over that, but there's plenty of information on that. Also, there is a long explanation about why your spouse, if you are married, should be at the top of your organization. I can send you that as well. Just reach out to me and I can send you those trainings. Yeah. So just put the FAQ for the military waiver program. It's FAQ 2916 in your online office. And that's all the information that they need. Okay. Well, thank you guys for joining me tonight. We kept it right at, yes, Amber, if you can connect with me on Facebook and I'll send it to you there. Just send me a private message and I will get it over to you. And congratulations, Karen. We look forward to celebrating you on Thursday. Have a good night, everybody.